Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Boss Babe Blog Podcast. I am your host, KeTohn, and we are coming to you live from bossbabeblog.com. Today, we are interviewing the amazing Miriam, MJ, from Travel with MJ, an amazing travel brand that's featured in our small business directory. So welcome, MJ. Thank you for joining us.
Hello. Thank you for having me. As usual, let's go.
Always. Okay, so today, as you guys have probably already read in the title, we are talking about the top 5 vacation no-nos brought to you by Travel with MJ. So these are 5 no-nos that Travel with MJ is sharing with us to basically state you shouldn't be worried about this when you're on vacation. This is something that is like stressful that should just be, taken off of you. You don't have to worry about this burden. So MJ, talk to us about your number one no-no, your number one vacation no-no. What is it right now?
The number one vacation no-no is going to be don't be the middleman. Don't be the middleman. You're not supposed to be worried about if Billy Ray made his payment or if Betsy Sue made her payment. You're supposed to relax. You paid for a vacation to relax. Unless you like numbers and you want to become an accountant, you shouldn't be worried about. You shouldn't be worried about those people who didn't make their payment. You made your payment. You know you're going on vacation. We're not stressing over anybody else. Billy Ray knew. Okay, Billy Ray knew that the payment was due, and Billy Ray didn't pay his payment. Betsy Sue knew. Betsy Sue knew when her payment was due, and she didn't make her payment. That's got nothing to do with you. Nothing. Now, when you insert yourself into the middleman, you create issues that you really don't need to create. You really should not be trying to become the middleman. You're sending text reminders, you're sending email reminders, you're telling people they need to make their payment. First of all, why they in the group chat if they ain't make their payment?
Let's start there.
They should not be invited into the group chat until they make the deposit. Travel with MJ just said that. Okay.
Please repeat that again.
They will not be invited to the group chat until they make their deposit. Period.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Because what are you in the group chat for? Support?
Right.
Confusion.
Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya.
Oh, God.
For what? For what?
No, but you are so right, though, because it is, when I tell you ain't nothing more frustrating than going after somebody about a deadline. Hey, did you make your deadline? Hey, did you do this? Hey, did you do that? Oh my gosh. Why? Just doing anything regarding having to chase after someone or be in charge of stuff during vacation, that already sounds like no. Like, why? Right. It's vacation. Right. So I love that you mentioned that as an example of not being the middleman and having to chase after everybody else. What are other ways that people make themselves the middleman on vacations where they don't have to? Give some other examples for anybody else that might be a middleman and they don't know.
Another way that you make yourself the middleman is, first of all, you make yourself the middleman by saying, "Oh, let's go on a cruise," and then you go hit one of the cruise websites, and you trying to figure out, how many people gonna be in one cabin and who gonna be in this one cabin, and why are you doing all that? Why? If you know who's going to be in the room with you, you focus on you and your roommate. That's it. You trying to assign people to cabins. You trying to make sure that they have all of this, they have all that. And guess what? Billy Ray done told you he wasn't interested because he didn't pay his deposit. So why are you Why are you
like Billy Ray?
Chasing Billy Ray? Why are you chasing him?
Oh, okay, be honest with us. Did you know a Billy Ray and he really upset you when it came to a group trip? Was there a Billy Ray that didn't pay?
No. Billy Ray is just Billy Ray is just the name that I chose out the top of my head because I needed a random person. We can't talk about nobody, at least not out loud.
Of course. It's just that you were really saying it with your chest. So I was like, hold on.
Because Billy Ray knew he wasn't going to pay.
Yep.
He knew he wasn't going to pay.
Okay.
He was just
the middleman part, definitely understandable. If you are someone who is a middleman, you are now falling underneath one of Travel with MJ's vacation no-nos. Get out of the middleman. You shouldn't be planning stuff. You shouldn't be following up after people like you are responsible for their payments and worried about whether or not your trip is going to be able to go through. You shouldn't be worried about the small things. I know one thing I don't like to worry about when I'm on vacation is if I booked a hotel or if I booked this or if something is different from what I expected or I want to make last minute changes. I don't want to have to be the one that's always having to coordinate that stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's another middleman thing because if you have a travel agent, they take care of that stuff for you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The self coordinator. I'm the self professed event coordinator.
Okay.
What does that entail? What does that entail besides headache,
Yeah.
trouble,
Yeah.
confusion, stress? I already have gray hair. I don't need for you to get gray hair while you're going on vacation. Let me get the gray hairs for you.
Oh my goodness. Which, by the way, they're beautiful. You are really rocking the fro. Just
Oh,
a
thank
side note.
you, thank you.
Side note. Side note. Okay. So the second thing that you were going to talk about, working for free. Working
Oh.
for free. That's a vacation no. Please, because for some people, when they hear this, working for free, they're probably thinking of working at your corporate job when you're supposed to be on vacation. But what are you about to share with the audience?
Well, my question is, would you clock in if they told you they wasn't paying you?
Oh, absolutely. If you asking me or the audience, because if you ask, you
Well,
already know the answer.
anybody can answer this question. This question is open to everybody. Would you
Okay,
clock
open
in
question.
if you knew they were not going to pay you that day? Or period. Or period. You know, if you got time to volunteer, that's one thing. But you out here, you booking travel, you doing all of this pulling together, but you're doing it for free. In
Um,
2023, I thought we said we was chasing all income opportunities. Now I understand there are some people who just don't want to deal with the business side of it, and they may not genuinely be interested in wanting to earn a commission from booking travel. That's the case where you can pass it off to somebody else, and then that way you're not worried about that. But for my avid planners, for those of you who stay gone, like you on a vacation over here, you jet skiing over here, you cruising over here, you just went from Dubai here. We coming back to credit card statements, but we're not coming back to checks. Okay. That doesn't that doesn't fit right for me. It doesn't fit right for me. If you're doing it already, booking travel, traveling, why not earn the potential income from it? Now, like I said, it may not be for everybody. Completely respect that. Cool. I already had some people who say, yeah, I'm not interested. I'd much rather deal with you. I'd much rather go through you. And I respect that. But if you are a person who, you know, you're spending all this money, you would like to see a return, starting your own agency would be the benefit for you. You're already doing it. Why not earn from it?
and planning for free. I think what you just
Ooh,
stated earlier about you said now if you're just volunteering, that's one thing. You
yeah.
have the time and the energy and you're wanting to volunteer. But I know a lot of people that do these kind of things and they are not volunteering and they don't have the time to be volunteering. They just do it out of the goodness of wanting to bring people together. But
Yeah.
really time is of the essence. Like people don't have time to waste. So I
Right.
love the fact that you mentioned that. Like volunteer is one thing, but if you're just doing this and you're not getting anything back from it, but you're doing it a lot, you're doing it for other people, you're the planner, maybe we could look into ways that we could start gaining something from that in the process. It only makes,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Right.
but
Right.
I love it. Okay. So the next vacation, no. Making the assumption about cost. So can you go into detail?
Ooh. you know, um, for those of you who have not been outside, you would think that vacations cost $25,000. I'm here to tell you that's not always the case. That's not always the case. You know, I have seen some really, really good deals for way less than $25,000. And I'm using the number 25,000 because everybody seems to think that that is the standard. But let's bring it down a little bit further. Some people think that they have to have like $10,000 for a little two party to go on vacation. That's not true. That's not true. You can get a really nice all inclusive and potentially be less than $5,000. I've seen less than $5,000. I've seen $5,000. Now there are some pricier destinations, yes, but if you're talking about going to Cancun and you live in one of the gateway cities that you're gonna get a nonstop flight from, Atlanta, Orlando, Fort Lauderdale is also a gateway. Little places like that, like big international airports. It doesn't cost you $7,500 to go to Mexico. Cruising does not have to be, painstakingly expensive. You can get a really nice cruise for a really nice price. And I really don't like sprouting out pricing a lot because pricing and availability is subject to change until you book. But I've seen where you're booking last minute. That's probably why you're getting those high prices. You can't book 2 weeks ahead from this cruise and think that you're gonna get it for $500, but you're not paying $15,000 for a cruise that's 2 weeks. And then plus there's other factors into that, like availability, rooms, all that good stuff. I'm gonna try and keep it where I need to be. But it does not have to be completely expensive. And a lot of people automatically assume vacations is getting on a plane or getting on a cruise. You could do a nice hotel. You could do a nice rental car. And you don't have to worry about it being as expensive. There are so many different tips like, oh, I got to pay all of this all up at one time. And that's not true either. That's not true either. Now, the longer you decide to wait, yes, it's going to become full payment due at booking. But if you're booking out in a nice amount of time, I would recommend anything more than 90 days. You can pay on a deposit. And who likes deposits? Me.
Yeah.
If you like deposits, raise your hand.
It's just like you would if you would do the Afterpay or another place where you're able to pay in sections.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You're not paying as frequently as you would with Afterpay. For those of you who use Afterpay, you pay a portion of it every 2 weeks. Of course, if you're booking it out further than that, you would have more time to pay on it. So yes, it's kind of like the Afterpay method. And not every time we have to pay the same amount. That's one of the beautiful things of working with an advisor. If, for example, I had a month where I had an unexpected car bill to come out, but I knew I was paying on a vacation where I paid maybe $300 last month, I can say, hey, can I just pay, $150 this time and double up on it the next time? Yes, we can do that. We can do that. So kind of keep that in mind when you're thinking about a vacation, that, if you're planning it out and you have time, you can really book a nice vacation and it won't cost you as much as you might think. So definitely look into that.
Noted. Okay. So the next thing is another vacation no. You talked about the group trip stress. Please go in detail. Tell us what we're not doing when it comes to vacations and group trips.
We're not worried about if anybody else is doing their job. That is your other counterparts. That is the hotel. That is the cruise line. That is anybody that's not you. You are only responsible for you. You can't be responsible for Billy Ray and Betsy Sue. Yes, I keep using Billy Ray and Betsy Sue.
I'm like, what did Billy Ray do to
Billy
you?
Ray and now his sister Betsy Sue. Yes.
Oh gosh.
Yes, Billy Ray and Betsy Sue.
Works for somebody named Billy Ray. I'll be like, it's you she was talking about.
It's you. It's you. Don't be a Billy Ray.
Like he's
don't
real.
Be a Betsy Sue. Don't be a Billy Ray and don't be a Betsy Sue. Now, back to this group stuff. We already told you don't be the vacation planner. That's not your lane. Don't be worried about if the hotel room for for silver and gold was, because silver and gold has a mouth. They can have a conversation with the hotel people. Relax. Enjoy your vacation. Don't stress about anybody else. You paid your fare, you paid your fees, you paid everything that you need to do. You made it across the pond, you made it across the river, you got on that airplane, you had your TSA stuff and all that good stuff. You did your part. Now it's time for you to enjoy your vacation. Billy Ray and Betsy Sue gonna enjoy theirs. Silver and Gold's gonna enjoy theirs. You enjoy yours. That's it. That's it. Stop trying to be the person. Oh, we gotta get together. We gotta have a group picture. No. No. No.
No. No.
I understand you want the group pictures, you want the memories. We get all that, but guess what? You don't have to be the person to organize all that. You don't have to be. It's not on you. Enjoy your vacation. Good day.
Essentially, as a travel agent, you're able to set it up to where, okay, so me and my friend Samantha, we say we want to go on this vacation forever. We keep talking about this vacay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now Samantha decides she want to bring another person on a vacay. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, here's how much they got to pay per person. So it's getting closer and closer to the deadline. I've paid. Samantha's paid. Her friend has not paid yet. So now I'm wondering, is that going to affect the full trip, or am I good to go because I paid my portion to my travel agent?
That's a good question.
You get what I'm saying?
Question. That's a really good question. And to answer that question, it depends on how it's booked. Me personally, I'm not putting anybody more than 2 in a room unless it's a family. Okay. You know, one household, one household, one room. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm not putting more than 2 people like in a double bedroom in a room. And the reason why is because of situations like that. You don't want to be in a situation where you price a room for 3 people or you price a room for 4 people and then somebody does not make their payments. Okay. Yes, you can link the vacation and say, okay, hey, these 2 rooms are going to be together, so that the hotel knows, or if you want adjoining rooms so that way you can enter and exit each other's rooms. Yes, you can do that. But in terms of booking it where Samantha bought her boyfriend, but her boyfriend wasn't really ready. That's the Billy Ray we were talking about. Billy Ray really wasn't about that life and really not ready to pay that money. We're not gonna have to worry about Billy Ray because Billy Ray was really originally in his own room.
Okay.
That's why I don't book any more than 2 people that don't live in the same household, because you do run into situations like that. Or, one person decide to be the planner, and put their card down, and not everybody sent you their Cash App money or the Zelle or the Venmo or the EBT if they said they were gonna pay you in food stamps. And yeah. Some people say I'm gonna pay you back in food stamps. Okay, cool. Whatever floats your boat. The card is already on the room.
Take no payments. Listen, get the money for the vacation. Go ahead and have them put the payment in. Submit the payment. Don't even do it. Somebody out there is gonna be like, that's a good idea. And then somebody out there is gonna be really upset when it's time to go book that vacation.
Okay, So let me rewind a little bit there.
Yeah. Let's rewind a little bit and say ones who will take it and run.
Baby, EBT is not a valid form of payment if I was putting in your information on the website. Okay.
Exactly. So make sure they know
that. It's not a valid form of payment. Or here's another way. Say we're going back to you and Sam. You and Sam are going to book the room, but you put your card down. And Billy Ray didn't give you his portion. Now you're out your portion and Billy Ray's portion because he didn't want to pay.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Everybody needs a financial stake in the vacation they plan on taking. Period.
Yeah.
Everybody. Because the minute it's already paid for. KeTohn already put her card down, so I don't really have to pay for nothing.
That's a terrible experience. I haven't had it, but I did know someone who had that experience. They had got a group of people together and everybody was talking Yeah, book it, plan it. The person booked it, and then when they booked it, according to that amount of people, over half of the people,
they took the fall for all that money.
It was too late. It was already processed through the card. It was either go on the vacation alone in this huge location with 2 or 3 people, or you know what I mean? Because you're not getting back from either side. So
and the biggest, I hate to cut you off, the biggest culprit of this is Airbnbs.
I thought you were gonna say the people that say, let's go on vacation. And
we're not gonna talk about the people. We're gonna talk about the right now, we're not gonna go in on them right now.
Okay.
Airbnbs is 100% guilty of, and it's not Airbnb's fault. Let me say this. It's not Airbnb's fault, because Airbnb only allows you to, accept maybe 1 or 2 payments. And you got to figure out, first of all, you got to make sure that the person that you're going to have in with is trustworthy. You got to make sure that they're not going to flake on you the last second. You got to make sure. And realistically, with Airbnbs, I've seen 1 payment. You can only use 1 method of payment. So somebody is going to have to put their card on the room or on the house.
Yeah.
And hope and pray that Billy Ray, Betsy Sue, Silver, and Gold pay their portion.
Oh yeah, but don't hope and pray. Get that money first and then go book it.
Yeah. I need you to secure the deposit first. Secure the deposit.
Before I found travel agents, before I found travel with MJ, before I found, all these amazing professionals. I did do that, but I didn't say, oh, I hope he get it's $50. Go ahead and give it to me now, and then I can go book it. Oh, just go ahead and book. No, I'll book it after you give me the
And then also, when you're dealing with a travel advisor, a lot of us charge for our time. They need to have financial stock in the personalized travel request as well. If one person puts down for the personalized travel request, okay.
And then when they check tomorrow and say, don't worry about going, it's not really that big of a deal for them because they didn't invest into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't be like Billy Ray, Betsy Sue, Silver, and Gold. Get your money.
And you know what? Now that you say that, I think that there's a solution too. If someone was to give you a gift card and go, for example, if I go to travel with MJ, I believe on websites, you can use a gift card. If there's $15 on a gift card, use $15 and then pay the rest of the portion with your card. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if that's a current thing, but I know at one point it was. Cash App is also an option.
Cash App is an option.
Yeah.
Gift cards can be tricky.
It depends on the business or the brand of the
gift. It depends. It depends. So sometimes if you don't have the correct amount on that gift card, it will just flat out decline.
So then let's just be safe and say, Cash App users, Cash App is available on websites. You can utilize Cash App. They can go ahead and Cash App you half of it, and then you can put the entire thing there. Boom, man. No waiting and no hoping.
There you go. We love that.
Imagine though, I'm pretty sure that that's part of the one of the biggest reasons for people falling out of friendships. Because you got to be crazy if you think I'm about to book this whole trip and then you come back and tell me I changed my mind after you told me to book it.
Oh, baby, there's people that I would not put my card down for.
Yeah.
If you are a new person to my life, baby, I need your money before I put mine down.
Yeah.
Now, I've been traveling with you for a little while. Cool. I know that you're either going to pay in cash, you're going to have cash ready, or you've already discussed that, hey, things are tight. And I'm like,
we could work with you.
Just, get it to me before the trip, or even if you got to have it during the trip, get it to me. But this is people traveling with me. Yeah. Meaning they are in the room with me. We are, people who we know each other. We know we're going to pay, not Billy Ray. No, not Billy Ray.
Back to Billy Ray.
We back. Okay. We're gonna stay on Billy Ray. It's gonna be Billy Ray tonight.
We covered some really good things though. For people who are thinking about planning in group trips, or you're already planning a trip and you haven't gotten that income from the people who claim they want to go, get that money first. Go ahead and hire you a travel agent, and if you do, go ahead and have each person put down for how much it costs to research. With Travel with MJ, currently, I believe it is, if it's a domestic vacation, it is $30 for 1 to 4 people.
It's $30 no matter whether it's domestic, international, or a cruise.
Oh, nice. So that's a good deal. So that's for 1 to 4 people, correct?
Yes.
So, for example, if you're going on a trip with 4 people and you want to take that vacation, go ahead. All 4 of y'all divide 30. And then that way one person doesn't have to pay for the travel research. Go book the travel research experience and allow Travel MJ to do her work. But don't book these stuff alone.
$7.50 per person.
It's not bad. Not bad. Go ahead and tell them to send that cash out each person. All right. So, look, cash out me $7.50. Matter of fact, send the request. Okay, so the last one, the vacation no-nos. The last vacation no-no you want to talk about was dirty hotels or low-star hotels that may not be the best experience. Get into it.
Now, all this goes back to you wanting to be the vacation planner and you trying to be the middleman. All of this circles back to this last point right here. Did you read the reviews? Did you look at the pictures? Did you read the reviews?
Yeah.
Did you read the reviews?
A big one.
That's huge. It's 2023. People are now writing reviews. They're putting their name on it. They're putting videos out there. They're showing you that this room is trash, and yet you still booked it.
Yeah.
They showed you it was trash, literal trash, and you still booked it. They told you it was trash.
Not literal. Literal trash.
Literal trash. They showed you it was trash. They told you what was going on. The website told you that it was horrible, and you still booked it. Now, to be fair, not all the time do you get the reviews on the dirty room, and maybe housekeeping was having a bad day and they skipped the room. Okay, that happens. Make sure that you go and you talk to the front desk people. Okay. Make sure that you say, hey, and don't be mean with it. Don't be mean with it. You have some decorum when you are talking to somebody.
What you're needing and what you're wanting.
Have some decorum. You can't go down there acting a fool with 17 O's. Have some decorum with yourself and say, hey, this room is not up to par. They will move you, or they'll clean the room and say, hey, give us a few hours. We'll clean the room. But more than likely, they'll move you. But you got to have the decorum to address the people correctly, because guess what? The front desk people is not responsible for your room being cleaned. Don't take your frustration out on them. I get it. You've been traveling, you've been flying, you've been driving, you just want to lay down. I get it. But if that room is dirty, you can't just go and take off the front desk head because your room is not clean. Okay. There's plenty of factors to why the room might not have been clean. Housekeeping might have been short staffed that day. Late checkouts. Late checkouts affect stuff, especially when they come in early to clean up and somebody's still in the room. Yeah. It affects that. Construction is going on. There's so many different factors. You just got to be able to talk to the people and let them work out a solution for you. Don't go over there being a dumb Dora with no decorum and then get kicked out and then you don't have no room, period, because that's what's going to happen.
Or you can go ahead and do what we said, and I believe no number 1, and not be the middleman for your vacation and hire a travel agent to be the one that things. Go ahead and let them you're experiencing a travel professional like Travel with MJ so that they can take over those things. And if you feel like their attitude's a little weird, don't push it further. Just talk to your travel expert and let's see what options she can come up with you for. You know what I mean? There's ways to go about it. So I'm just throwing that out there. We can let go of that middleman.
Because look, best case scenario, you get a free room and they refund you your money.
I love that.
You get to stay, you get to keep your vacation, and they still refund you your money. Best case scenario. Worst case scenario, you don't went down there and talk slick to one of them CSRs, and those CSRs is going to call security on you. Make sure Make sure.
Wait, hold on. CSR's customer service representative.
Yeah, CSR.
Oh, look.
Yeah, CSRs. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That CSR done called they CSM, and guess what? You ain't got no room that night.
Yeah.
You're done. You're done. Just FYI.
Your head, you're gonna be thinking, maybe I should talk to Travel with MJ.
That's where you're supposed to call me. Well, first of all, if you're working with me, you've already received an email. Hey, how's everything going? Is the room up to your satisfaction? Or I'm picking up the phone and calling you if you're domestic. I call my domestic clients to see how everything is going, or I'll text them to make sure that everything is okay. I'm checking because yes, I'm stalking your flights. Your flight said that you were supposed to be there at 8:05. Okay, I'm gonna give you about 2 hours. Make sure you get to your room. Or I say, call me when you get in your room. Call me after you have been settled. Let's figure out what's going on. Hey, this is great, thank you. Or hey, the room is not living up to my expectations. Okay, let me pick up the phone and call and see what's going on. Give me a few. Let's see what we're gonna do. They might come up and say, hey, we know we got a call saying that your room is not up to par, or we're gonna find you a new room. Or if they can't find you a new room, they might give you a credit for your next vacation. There's so many different things that can happen. But you're working with an agent. Let me tell you, working with an agent, they're already preparing for the worst and expecting the best.
Mm-hmm.
Being the middleman, you done went and collected all these people's payments. You done did this. You done became the Pied Piper. You done became the you did everything, and now you gotta go and talk to CSRs.
You tired of the people that you were supposed to be planning to go with?
You tired of looking at them because they barely got you their payment at the last minute. And you're really frustrated at yourself because you should have really just let it go. Be like Elsa and let it go.
Yep.
Okay.
Let it go. Book through your travel agent, or y'all all book together, one of the two. But maybe if they don't want to do it and they want to take care of it themselves, okay, we'll see how that goes too. But
that's fine. You will get 2 different experiences. I'm going to tell you, you will get 2 different experiences: booking with an agent and booking without an agent. Because guess what? I can't do anything. Let me make this clear. Yeah, let me make this real clear.
Her glasses.
Real clear. If one half of the group books with a travel agent and the other group does not, the only people that I can service is the people who book through me. Yeah, y'all are in a big group. It's 20 of y'all and 5 rooms. 10 people decided to book through Travel with MJ. And I'm just using myself as an example here. I can only help those 10 people. So guess what?
If something didn't go right with the reservations for the other 10,
there ain't nothing I can do with it. I am not that person's travel advisor for whatever reason.
Which makes sense though, because it's kind of hard when it comes to travel to say reverse, unless you are with the same person. Like it wouldn't, I wouldn't see how you'd be able to jump to the next thing once you've already paid, you're already there, or you're at that point where it's too late to pull your money out. Mm-hmm. So that makes perfect sense. And I'm glad that you shared that. So just in case someone is thinking about that, they can keep in mind that the experience will be different. And if there's something that maybe you didn't like and you book through another vendor and you don't have that personalized experience, you won't be able to get that. You have to just book again through travel to now get that experience.
The experience and the price.
Just book a Travel with MJ.
Yeah, the experience and the price. The experience and the price will be different. Because you're seeing one set of prices and I see another side.
Yeah. So we've talked about your 5 travel no-nos. I'm going to do a quick recap, and then I want you to just end it on by letting everyone know some of the benefits and perks to booking with a personalized travel agent and professional through Travel with MJ. So the first vacation no-no, being the middleman. Being the person to make the phone calls if something doesn't go right, being the person to make the phone calls if people haven't put in their payments, being the one to plan things. You don't have to do any of that. Travel with MJ can take care of you. That's vacation no number 1. You should be relaxing. Number 2, working for free. Unless you're doing volunteer work, like MJ said earlier, you shouldn't be working for free. If you're planning people's vacations, if you are going on vacation consistently for yourself, forget about planning others. If you just go on vacation a lot, you should be getting money back from it. Like MJ said earlier, what's the point of coming back with bills and not coming back with checks, getting commission off of what you already love to do? Most importantly, if you're doing this for other people for fun, but you need to be doing it and getting paid for it, go ahead and join the Travel with MJ team so she can teach you how you can get paid for your time and your travel experience that you're creating for people. Number 3, assuming that everything has to be expensive just because you're traveling. Travel does not have to be expensive. And she talked about that and went into detail. If you would like her to create some travel research for you or do that travel research for you and find a vacation, you can go book a travel research experience and she can assist you there. Number 4, stressing over group trips. The group trip stress and mess. So you don't have to do all of that. That's a vacation. No. Worrying about, did they get their cabin? Are they booked? Are they on their way here? Have they made their payments? If you book through a professional travel agent like Travel with MJ or Travel Business, and they know what they're doing, they're going to ensure that your needs are met. So if you are concerned that Billy Ray, we're just going to keep using Billy Ray, beating him down. Poor Billy Ray. He's tired. But if Billy Ray, you're not sure if Billy Ray is going to actually come through, and you tell your travel agent that in confidence, she can now create a setup to where whether or not Billy Ray comes through, guess who will be secure on that vacation? The people who have made their payments, including yourself. And then the last one, last but never least, dirty hotels, bad experiences with booking hotels, cabins, excess, things like that. These are things that you don't have to go through the stress that happens when things are unplanned, when you have someone who is that middleman for you. Like MJ was saying earlier, things happen, right? Especially when you're traveling. So maybe a 5-star hotel, that day they had a storm and they moved you to a different room because one of the rooms was damaged. Well, you don't necessarily like that room, but you don't want to go through all of that back and forth down at the hallway and I don't like this and this didn't work out the way I expected. Your travel professional, your travel agent from Travel MJ is here to assist you. And because she is a travel agent and she has that credential, they're going to want to make sure that they're taking care of her clients because they're going to want her business. So it's very important to keep those things in mind. That's one benefit that I would know. So I just want to go back to what I was saying, but I'm going to be doing my best to make sure that if it's a travel professional, travel agency, I want to make sure their clients are happy. I don't want to be in a situation where they're telling me, okay, you keep having my clients in these bad rooms, so I don't think I'm be sending people your way. That's just common sense in business, right? We want to treat everybody right. But I think that adds a bit of credential when your customers are not happy with something. Having a travel agent and professional, they're going to make sure that they do what they can to make you happy. So I think that ending on that note is the most important thing that people should remember when you're booking with a credible travel professional, credible travel agent. Now that we've talked about that, I do want to go ahead and just move into, what are some of your things that you want to share with people who have never booked with a travel agent? Why is it so beneficial to book with a travel agent? And what are some experiences that you provide that are unique to Travel with MJ?
Okay. So for those who may not have ever booked with a travel advisor, one of the benefits that I've recently barely touched on was the fact that we see different pricing from you all. The consumer sees a flight, a hotel, transportation, and it might all be separate. Matter of fact, it is all separate. A travel advisor has access to vendors where it's automatically pasted together in a package. So we're doing all of that great stuff. And there are particular vendors, that don't deal with the public. They only work with travel advisors, travel professionals, travel agents, whatever title that your insert title here. They only deal with agencies. So guess what? With them being only able to deal with agencies, they're going to give you promotions, deals, percentages off that the customers will never see. Never. Okay. So working with a travel advisor can benefit in terms of cost, in terms of experience, in terms of, satisfaction, knowing that everything is booked right and properly, and making sure that everybody, whether it's a party of 2 or a group of 30, that everybody has paid their part. Making sure that you are able to ensure fair payment, because we want to make sure everybody pays their part. Not everybody, it should not be on one person. Another benefit to working with an advisor is the knowledge of the destination. Okay, you might be a first time person going to the Bahamas. I can tell you about the Bahamas because I've been there. This might be your first time going to Mexico. I can tell you what to do in Mexico because I've been there. This might be your first time taking a flight. I can tell you which airlines to avoid, or which airlines you might want to, we might want to consider. And it's a we thing. It's not just, oh, we got, no, we look, because one thing, it is collaborative. It's not just, oh, I'm going to give you this package. And you might not like, and I'm just going to use, you might not like the hotel in Vegas that I selected. You should be able to tell me that. And I should be able to go and change that. Okay, that's what we're going to do. You say, well, I'm not a fan of this hotel. I'm not a fan of this brand. This brand does not stand for XYZ. Great. We will go and look at another hotel within the same price range, and make sure that you are getting what you want. Another benefit to working with an advisor is a price match. We are able to price match some. Now, we're not able to price match everything. We're not Houdini. That's what I don't want anybody to think of. We're not Houdini here. We don't no, we don't do that. But
you don't do hoodoo boot?
Nope. We don't do that. We're not Houdini, but we are able to price match. For example, Carnival, and I love Carnival. Okay, love Carnival as an agent. Love Carnival as a consumer. Love them. If you find a deal and it's got to be the exact same, like everything is included, or everything that I have on this one is on this one, and it comes out cheaper, they will price match it as best as they can for you. Now, there are some instances where they may not be able to completely price match, but the benefit is of working with an agent is you're able to get a credit. Not a lot of people know about that with working with this agent. No, this agent. I am able to price match as much as I can, and if we can't match it, we'll give you a credit. So you're not out of anything. Okay. What is the perks? So many different perks. Making sure that everybody pays their fair portion, and you're not responsible for their credit card information. If something was to go wrong, and there was if there was anything to go wrong, everything would come through me, and then I would communicate with you. Or if there was something wrong on your end, you would communicate with me, and then I would go and communicate with the CSRs, so that way you're not getting kicked out of the hotel for being mean and being crazy. I'm a calm, level-headed person. I'm not there. So all I can say is, hey, my client is having this issue. Let's see what we can do. And you touched on it a little bit with the relationship. There are a lot of relationships that we have with vendors in general, all of them. So if it's a constant thing that, I send you to this property, or I send clients to this property, and consistently they're giving me this feedback that the hotel didn't do anything, it wasn't very accommodating, the price was higher than, they're trying to make me pay for more than what we already paid for, I'm not sending anybody there.
Yeah.
And not only am I not going to send anybody there, guess what? Because we talk, then I'm going to go and say, hey, I would highly recommend you don't send anybody here. XYZ is the reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then plus you get to have fun with me. We laugh, we joke. We make sure that we have everything that we need. I'm taking care of you all the way through, making sure that if you need to add anything, subtract anything, that I'm the one that is doing that. I am one to let you know. I'm very price transparent. If there's an extra cost, I want you to know when you get there, or before you get there, excuse me. I want you to know that cost. For example, a client of mine needed to have a car seat in a rental car. I could definitely talk to somebody about that, but it's going to be an additional this cost per day. I want you to know everything before you leave for your vacation. So that way you are set. There are some additional fees that come out after you leave. Resort fees are not always paid up front. They're paid at the hotel. But I want you to know that, hey, this is going to be an additional $43 a day, depending on where you're staying, in resort fees that you won't be able to get back. Or I need you to have room on your credit card because they're going to charge you a $300 incidental fee that you'll be able to get back. There's different fees and stuff that you want to know. Will I be able to get my money back, or is that a resort fee? All of that is taken care of when you are working with Travel with MJ, because I fully believe that you should know everything before you get on the plane, before you get in the car, before you get to that hotel. You got to know. Because if you don't know, you're sticker shocked. Then you're coming back and you're looking at me. And that's not a conversation I'm wanting to have.
Yep, I agree 100%. All right. Well, thank you so much, MJ. So happy to have you. And I'm so glad that we were able to have a podcast to talk about these top 5 vacation no-nos. So if you're someone out there who is going on vacation, doing some of these stressful and tedious things, it's time for you to sit back and relax and allow a professional to take that on for you. Thank you for listening to Boss Babe Blog Podcast. All of Travel with MJ's information will be linked. If you're wanting a travel experience, you will find that below. You can visit her website. You can subscribe to her travel newsletter. All that information will be dropped below at this podcast. Thank you so much for joining us, MJ.
Thank you. As usual, this was fun. We must do this again.
Talk about Billy Ray another time. We have to.
Oh, there's always going to be a Billy Ray. Always.
Well, thank you so much. Goodbye, everyone. You have an amazing evening, and join us again next time at the Boss Babe Blog Podcast.